Hey there guys, what is going on? My name is CheeseWagon1000 and today I figured, you know what, it's time to do a collection video of all the Sega Genesis games I currently have. My grand total right now is 316. I'm actually trying to get a full United States set. And so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to show you guys some games that are with the box and or complete. So without further ado, the first game that we're going to go ahead and start off with, Flashback. Next game, we're going to go with Tom Mason's Dinosaur for Hire. Very classic shoot 'em up game that I've actually enjoyed. Never played it when I was a little kid, but when I picked it up about maybe like a few months ago, I started playing it. I just fell in love with it. Next we have The Jungle Book, a very good Disney game for the Sega Genesis. Next, we have a very classic game from Tengen, Miss Pac-Man. Next, we have the Berenstain Bears Camping Adventure. That was actually made from the Sega Club, too. Yep, everyone knows this game, Shaq Fu. Classic game. And the next game that we have is Bugs Bunny in Double Trouble. Alright guys, for the next game that we have, it is one of a very, very cool strategy game for the Sega Genesis. It is General Chaos. Next game is X Mutants. I actually like the cover on this simply because it looks like a comic book. Next is a very rare game. The cover is a little faded, but overall, pretty much the game works. And I'm very happy to have this because it is kind of a hard game to actually find. The Punisher. Next, we have F-117 Nightstorm. It's like a stealth game, to be honest. Next, we have Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, the Adventure Series. A classic game that everyone in their Sega Genesis collection should own. Strider. I mean, what's more to be said about Strider? It's just a classic game that's like a lot more fun, and it's just sometimes it's actually very hard too. But either way, next game we have Fatal Rewind and World Championship Soccer 2. I believe this one's actually complete in box, and yep, it is complete in box. And this one actually has the black and white. Black and white cover book for it. Some of them are actually in color and some of them aren't, but that one was apparently in black and white. Next we have Summer Challenge, made by Accolade. I don't know how you actually pronounce that, but we'll go with that. Next we have Green Dog the Beach Surfer Dude. Never played this when I was young, but when I picked it up at the time, started playing it, man, it's actually a really cool little platformer, I gotta say. Next, we have Soldiers of Fortune. I believe this is a top-down shooter, which you gotta pretty much go run around and actually shoot people. And we have Bram Stoker's Dracula. Cool game. I think I actually have the it's the Sega CD version of this, but I'm not too sure. I will go ahead and double check for you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this next few games are actually a series in a row. So the first one, when I played this game, is called Desert Strike. Played it as, when I was like a very, very little kid, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. Next game in the series, Jungle Strike, the sequel to Desert Strike. It's pretty much a continuation after the series of events in Desert Strike. And the last one in this series for the Sega Genesis, Urban Strike. And all the Urban Strike game, the Jungle Strike game, and the Desert Strike game, all of those are complete in box as well. Very cool series of games that I highly recommend anyone collecting for the Sega Genesis pick that one up eventually. Next is a very, very cool game that I never thought I would love until I actually started playing it. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Truxton. Yep, love this game. Next we have Cybercop. It's actually made by Version Games too. Next we have a sports game that I've always loved, and I'll always love to this day until I die. Ladies and gentlemen, it is without further ado to introduce to you John Madden Football 93. Loved this game ever since I was little, and I still love it to this game. Or actually, not this game, but to this day. Sorry, edit. Can't even speak today. But either way, love this game. Next, we have Bubsy 2. Yeah, I actually picked this up over at a flea market over in Amherst, Ohio. And, yeah, loved getting this for my collection. Next, we have Krusty's Super Fun House, a Simpsons game. You know, it's actually interesting to note that the Simpsons have been, you know, on TV for this long. I mean, seriously, look at this. I mean, this is from the Sega Genesis era, man. I mean, it's like, this is a 20-year-old game. Next, we have a puzzle game called Shanghai 2 Dragon's Eye. This racing game, I never actually got into it, but I will probably eventually in the near future. Without further ado, it's called Super Hang-On. This one is actually complete in box, I think. Yep, it's actually complete in box. And next we have Shakan. It's a cool little platformer too. I don't actually have the game for this one, not the manual at all. But either way, I actually have fun playing it. Next, we have Balls. Fighting at its ballsiest. And it's in 3D, so yeah, that's cool. Next, we have F-22 Interceptor. Advanced Tactical Fighter. Oh, that's cool. Cool name to it. Next, we have Ranger X. This is actually I believe it's a platformer as well. Part man, part machine. Oh, hang on. Part man, part machine, all hero. That's kind of cool little artwork on the back. Next, we have a Taito game called Hit the Ice. I think this one's actually complete in box too. Oh, nope, it just has the game to it. But yeah, like I said earlier, some of these games, box games, I just have with the box and no manual, and just the game as well. Next, we have Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures. Really hard game too. I have yet to actually try to master it. Next, we have Instruments of Chaos, starring Indiana Jones. Classic, classic. Last Action Hero. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I heard the game is actually okay at least. Next, we have another John Madden game. It is called Madden 94. Something that every Sega owner should have in their collection. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I mean, what more can you say? Next, we have Journey from Darkness, Strider Returns. A Sega classic game called Columns. This is an EA Sports game. It is, I don't know if this is the gold version or whatnot, but either way, it is the Bulls versus the Blazers in the NBA playoffs. And to round out the part one of this little video, or yeah, this entire video of my whole entire Sega Genesis collection, it is without further ado to introduce you to a Sega classic called Pat Riley Basketball. So there you guys have it. This is just the end. This is like the ending of part one of a huge stack of games I actually have to pull down from my closet and bring them down out to you so I can show you guys what I have and what I don't have. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Cheesewagon1000, and I shall see you guys at part 2 of my Sega Genesis collection.